If your plant isn't growing, even though you're watering it and giving it decent light, the problem may not be above the soil. It might actually be the soil itself. Welcome to the Chlorophyll Chronicles, where every plant has a story. Let's write it well. When people are new to houseplants, they usually focus on two things first: light and watering. And yes, those matter a lot. But if the soil isn't working for your plant, even good watering habits can still lead to problems. A lot of beginners think soil is just something that holds the plant upright. But for houseplants, soil does a lot more than that. It helps hold moisture, it helps create airflow around the roots, it supports the plant physically, and it affects how quickly water moves through the pot. So when your soil is too dense, stays wet too long, or becomes compacted, your roots can struggle, even if you're doing everything else right. One of the biggest things people don't realize is that roots need air, not just water, but air. If your soil is packed too tightly, or if it stays wet too long, the roots don't get enough oxygen. That can lead to stress, weak growth, yellowing leaves, and eventually root rot. So sometimes the problem isn't that you watered too often, it's that the soil never gave the roots a chance to breathe. Another thing to keep in mind is that the soil your plant came in may not be ideal forever. A lot of nursery soil is designed to help plants survive shipping, greenhouse care, and store shelves. That doesn't always mean the best setup for long-term life in your home. Over time, soil can break down, become compacted, hold too much moisture, and stop draining the way it used to. And when that happens, your plant may start struggling even if nothing else seems to have changed. So how can you tell if your soil is part of the problem? Here are a few signs to look for. If water sits on top of the soil for a long time before soaking in, that's a clue. If the soil stays wet for way too long, that's another clue. If the plant isn't growing, seems stressed, or keeps declining, even though the light and watering seem reasonable, I start looking at the soil. Fungus gnats can also be a sign that your mix is staying too moist for too long. And if the soil has become really dense, shrunken, or compacted, it might be time to refresh it. The good news is, you do not need some complicated custom recipe to make your soil better. For a lot of common houseplants, even a simple upgrade can make a big difference. I like to start with a basic indoor potting mix and then add something like perlite for extra airflow and drainage. And depending on the plant, I might also add bark or cocoa chips to make the mix a little chunkier. The goal isn't to make the perfect designer soil blend. The goal is to create a mix that dries more evenly, breathes better, and gives the roots a healthier environment. Of course, not every plant wants the exact same kind of soil. A pothos doesn't need the same mix as an orchid. A cactus doesn't want to stay as moist as a fern. But even if you're not customizing every plant yet, just understanding that different plants need different root environments is a huge step forward. So if you have a plant that's been struggling, here's where I'd start. First, check how the soil feels. Is it dense, soggy, or staying wet too long? Second, watch what happens when you water. Does it absorb evenly or sit on top? Third, ask yourself whether the roots might need more airflow than the current mix is giving them. Before you blame yourself, check the soil. Sometimes that's the missing piece. Light matters, water matters, but soil is what connects everything happening at the roots. And once you understand that, plant care starts making a whole lot more sense. In the next video, we can talk about when it's actually time to repot and how to do it without stressing your plant out. Thanks for watching the Chlorophyll Chronicles. If this is your first time here, my name is Tim. Welcome. If it's not, welcome back. We appreciate you being here.